so glad I came United States. I love America more than anything. Before I came, I have a dream to open a restaurant. That's my skill. I love to cook. People, they sit down, just stay here. Oh my God, so good. This is good food. The music is amazing. Everybody like it. The first time when they start, I say no. And then, please, 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 especially 1% I don't like. Please, 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 they bug me. Okay. You know, they famous. Really, very famous now. We eat together. We drink together. If you eat together, it's make you family, make you love each other.
So Cherie, you say that Ras Dashen really brings people together. Tell us why you chose it.
It does. I think Ethiopian food is something that everyone should experience, and I think Ras Dashen makes the food more accessible. Everything is served communally on a big platter of injera, and it's spongy bread. And everybody gets a choice of entree, and they put it all together so that it encourages sharing and trying new things. And there are 3 sides that you're given, and so, I mean, you really don't have a choice to sit alone and not interact with people. I mean, you really need to kind of get to know your...
What if you do go alone, though?
If you do go alone, I think it's not as enjoyable as an experience, but I'm a vegetarian, and so when I go, I get my own separate platter. And my boyfriend gets his separate with the meat that I don't eat. Mm-hmm. And I find that the experience is just as good because the staff there is so warm and inviting and understanding about the fact that most people probably aren't accustomed to this type of food.
Now, communal dining, obviously, you know, the Ethiopians have been doing for thousands of years, but communal dining, in a sense, has become sort of this really new trend.
I think that it's somewhat like family style. I think you've heard that before, where when you were growing up, you'd sit around the table, and I think it makes the dining experience richer because you have a chance to get to know other people while you enjoy the same type of food. So it's bringing you together with something common, but allows you the chance to kind of individually, you know, get to know other people.
I think we're in a disconnect too, where people are on the computer so much that, like, coming out, they are happy maybe to see human beings and sit down next to them and actually have an experience.
So you went. What'd you think?
I agree that everyone should experience Ethiopian food, and that is a good place to start for Ethiopian food. Like, personally, the vibe there is pretty mellow, and at first I had to adjust because I was really hungry and wanted a drink, and it took a little while for the drink to come out. But I agree that, like, the people that I encountered there, they were fantastic.
Great.
And they really picked up on what we wanted. They were really helpful with suggestions. You know, the decor was a little bit like someone's living room, which I guess is okay, you know, for a communal experience. So I enjoyed it. I mean,
What'd you order?
I ordered some of the lamb dishes, the entrees, which were delicious, and I think wat is the name of many of the dishes, like, which is sort of a stew,
it's
right?
A stew, yes.
So there was a chicken, I don't remember the name of it. Dorawat.
The national dish of Ethiopia, I think is what it said on the... Right.
It was delicious.
So, Vidya, you brought your son. What a fascinating experience for a child.
Absolutely. You know, we're blessed in that our son has been dining out with us pretty much since the day he was born. He's going to be 6. And he has a pretty good palate, so we thought it might be kind of a fun, an interesting idea for him to come with us, and he enjoyed it, as did I and my wife. And the Dorawat I thought it was the best thing on the menu, absolutely.
I thought so as well.
The service in terms of the helpfulness wasn't really there for us necessarily. So I would say if that's a criticism, it's overall, I think it's a pretty minor one in terms of what the restaurant is about, because we did really enjoy it. You know, I think the next time, though, we will probably look to bring a gaggle of friends, you know, as opposed to just the 2 or the 3 of us, or even just another couple, because I do think that the full enjoyment of Ras Dashen is probably in true communal dining with 6, 8 people. So I think
agree.
We'll do that.
A bigger group
If
is
you have
good.
people that are more open-minded to different styles of food and different flavors, I think it's a great
just
place.
eating with your hands,
And
too,
I
which
mean,
I
they'll
love
give
to
you
do,
utensils if you want. If they don't make you eat with your hands if you're not comfortable. But I think you get more of the flavor when you actually have it with the injera.
Sure.
And eating it with your hands is the full experience.
Injera bread, it's very filling, and it's actually made from the teff grain, which grows only in Ethiopia, and it's actually one of the tiniest grains in the world, but it's highly nutritious.
A lot of protein.
You know, so it's a lot of protein, you know, a lot of nutrients, etc., but it feels like it fills you up.
expanding.
Yeah, it expands.
It does. It's real spongy.
Well, it's a spongy bread, so it just
Spongy.
expands
It
out.
does,
Yeah.
as you eat. But they make everything there. They make the injera there. They were telling me the other day. It's a very time-consuming process. But they do. They make absolutely everything on site. So, I mean, it does taste very fresh. And like I said, the chef's experiences, I think, really add to the cultural richness of the food.
So tell us about, now you're vegetarian, so what are some
I
of
am.
your great vegetarian options there?
I really appreciate the fact that the food is very hearty, and I think it's very rare for vegetarian food to taste really hearty and filling without it being just pasta or rice. And they serve mistrana bomia, which is a type of entree that I always get, and it's okra and lentils. And the food is really spicy, and the lentils and the okra, it's a perfect combination. It fills me up. I never can finish all of it. And then
I know we took tons home. Sure,
Yeah.
it's true. It was
I
like
ha-
so much.
I usually have
That's
enough for
true.
2 or 3 meals.
I agree.
So it's a great
Yeah.
bargain for the money because it really isn't for the price points that they're selling all of the food at with the sides. I mean, you really do get a bargain.
You know, that is the other thing I found in terms of a bargain, in terms of value also. And my sense is that there's a real caring for the food. They make it, they prepare it with care, and it's clear that the ingredients are very fresh.
Well, Sheree, have you ever been there for the live music?
I have. It's just a really great atmosphere. I see people with families and with children. It's a nice, lively, kind of interactive way to feel more of the culture of Ethiopia.
Well, Sheree, you recommended Ras Dashen. Sum it up for us.
I think it's a great place to go if you've never had Ethiopian food before, but I think that if you have, you'll find that it's probably the best in the city.
Video?
I would second that emotion. I think if you've never had Ethiopian food, it's a great place to familiarize yourself with it. And I think the next time we go, it's going to be with a bigger group of people to really enjoy the communal aspect even more.
Dan?
A very relaxed place with delicious and flavorful food and a great introduction to a kind of cuisine that we don't normally get to have.
All right, well, you can share the love at Ras Dashen, 5846 North Broadway, 773-506-9601. They're open for lunch and dinner every day. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $15.